The Nigerian Christian Professionals in Politics, NCPP, okay, expresses shock at Rufai's outburst, demands apology. Everybody in Nigeria, especially Christians, are demanding apology from Rufai for all the statements he has made that what they have done in Kaduna, they have replicated across Nigeria, and the Muslims will dominate Nigeria for the next 20 years. How can he be saying? And he said in Hausa, and somebody has interpreted it. Everybody now is not fully aware. There's no secret here, because it's not only him that understands Hausa. He was talking to the people in Kaduna, and that means that he is aware, or he was aware of all the killing that happened in Southern Kaduna, trying to annihilate and do ethnic cleansing in Southern Kaduna against Christians. That is very bad. Now people are coming out and reacting left, right, and center, and it's not shaking. Somebody's supposed to sue him and let him come and defend that statement in court and tender apology. So the Nigerian Christian Professionals in Politics, NCPP, that are that have called on him to apologize to everybody in the country, especially the Christians, for making those statements. Let's see what they have to say. The Nigerian Christian Professionals in Politics, NCPP, has expressed shock at the recent outburst by former Kaduna State Governor Malam Rufai on the All Progressive Congress Muslim presidential ticket in the last general election, describing it as alarming and offensive, which is capable of inciting religious violence in the country. In a communique issued by the group and signed by its Director of Strategic Communication and Publicity, Prince Olayemi Olanituri, at the end his meeting held in Abuja, at the end of his meeting held in Abuja on Thursday and made available to the newsmen, the group said it received the outburst with rude shock and disbelief. NCPP cautioned that such outbursts could cause sectarian violence in the country if not managed. The communique reads, inter alia, the Nigerian Christian Professionals in Politics, we are in rude shock and disbelief about the comments made by the former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasser Rufai on the purported Islamization of Nigeria under President Bola Tinubu-led government. We are not surprised now. Right from 2015, when Buhari came in, the agenda had always been to Islamize Nigeria. But Buhari tried using headsmen and using all the northern groups and ISWAP and Boko Haram and everything. Still, it did not work. It was highly resisted. They came with Ruga, and it was highly resisted. So it was also a disappointment on their part that all the plans to achieve under Buhari in Islamizing Nigeria, they could not really achieve it. Even though they have put all the Fulanis in all the strategic positions in the country, especially in civil service and the non-political permanent positions in the civil service, to make themselves more relevant everywhere. But still, Islamizing Nigeria has not worked. So even Tinubu, I know that Tinubu said he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped, and the key thing is Islamizing Nigeria. Like I said in previous videos, only God knows the kind of agreement that Tinubu has signed with Northerners for him to get the Northerners to vote for him to be there. Okay? And I know that one of the key things here is Islamization of Nigeria. But I just hope that God will not let them succeed in this, their agenda. The communique, okay, so that is exactly what the NCPP is saying, the Nigerian Christian Professionals in Politics. They said, our trepidation is connected to the inauguration of permanent Islamic rule in Nigeria through an Islamic alliance between Muslims in the north and the south. Okay, his insinuation that a permanent Islamic rule is to be established through an alliance between Muslim communities in the north and the south is deeply concerning, as it is a suggestion of a process of forcing Christians in southern Kaduna to submit to Islamic rule. Exactly. These comments are alarming and offensive, potentially inciting religious violence in Nigeria. The former governor of Kaduna State unraveled that Islamic government and jihad were inaugurated in Kaduna during his tenure to promote Islam and to wage war against Christians of the southern Kaduna until they surrender to Islamic rule and accept Islamic rulership as a way of life. You see, that was why he in fact he supervised the killing in southern Kaduna and didn't do anything about it. That is terribly very bad on his own part. Okay? Terribly very bad on his own part. It is unfortunate. It is very, very bad. Very, very bad. He stressed that after a few more tenures of Muslim rulers in Kaduna State, the Christians of southern Kaduna would be dealt with continuously until they surrender without further resistance to Hausa Fulani rule in the state. Besides the above fearful statement of Rufai, he expressly stated that after a few more Muslim presidency, what is happening in Kaduna will be replicated in Nigeria. He further reiterated that the Christians and Peter Obi were shamed in this last presidential election. The above pavement for the dastard acts against the innocent souls that are found in opposite fate of the agitator of Islamization of our dear country should be condemned in totality, fig in the name of religion, if we are indeed held together by the spirit of oneness and led by the ideology of equanimity. We have come to profile our displeasure over the comments credited to Malam El Rufai as such could stimulate religious violence and erupt unrest in our nation. We're all trying to build to Christian our best home eventually. Federal government and security agencies must intervene without much ado before we start writing on the state of the impasse in Nigeria, where ethnic, tribal, and religious catastrophes will follow suit. Okay, we have established undiluted confidence in anticipation of Mr. President as his meddling strategies will stir happiness in the downstream systems of every citizen. In that state, joy and peace will cohabit within our bloodstream and start running up and down our veins after fetching a reliable panacea for non-discrimination. We strongly believe in peace, unity, and cooperation between Muslims and Christians in the country and urge all Nigerians to denounce any attempt to divide our people on the basis of their faith. This exactly what is happening here, and everybody is reacting actually. Okay, everybody is reacting to this statement Nasser El-Rufai had just made, and this is actually very, very terrible coming from him. Somebody says, keep demanding for apology, keep preaching peace and unity while your people are being slaughtered by jihadists. Yeah, so the best thing is to look for a way to counter this force that they are bringing. It is time for Christians to stop being gentle about this matter. That is the truth. Someone say, thank you, my brother. God bless you plenty. Yeah. So what about Peter Obi's statement calling for religious war? You people didn't see anything wrong with that. He did not call for religious war. He has seen exactly. He just said that what the Northerners are doing in that video they are saying, yes, daddy, is to express and bring out the consequences of the Muslim ticket that the APC just fielded. That is the issue. Okay, so Peter Obi did not call for religious war. It is the Muslims that have been calling for religious war from beginning. And now both the northern and the southern Muslims have come together to annihilate the Christians in Nigeria. This is actually alarming and not acceptable, and something has to be done immediately. Unfortunately, the president is a Muslim, and he has vowed to continue for wherever Buhari stopped, meaning that he will continue Islamization agenda in Nigeria. And that is the way I see it. And that is why every plea that will come from every quarter for justice is going to fall on deaf ears, because they are not going to do anything about it. As they are together, they are going to do the same thing together. They are going to make, just like what Rufai is saying, what they have done to Christians in Santa Kaduna by killing them and healing them, and they will continue to kill them until they surrender. It's exactly what they want to do in the whole of Nigeria. Under Buhari's 8 years, they'll be killing Christians across the country, kidnapping, maiming, and destroying churches all across all the country. And nothing has happened to call Boko Haram to order, to call Islam to order, to call all the jihadists to order. Okay? And that is what Tinubu is planning to continue. And now they have started doing their own, because the Fulanis have done their own across the country. The Yorubas are not doing their own in Lagos by trying to find a way to eject non-Yorubas out of Lagos and then claim their property, because that is the direction they are going. So after the Hausas and the Fulanis have killed the Igbos, now it is the turn of the Yorubas to also kill the Igbos. And now the southern and northern Muslims are coming together to kill the Igbos and all the non-Yoruba or non-Muslims in the country. This is anarchy that are calling. That is the truth. Because the point to come where people have no choice but to start defending themselves, like it's already beginning to happen. Quite unfortunate that we're in this mess in this country. So this is exactly what is happening. The NCCP, Nigerian Christian Professionals in Politics, has called for apology from Nasser El-Rufai for making all these statements that can incite violence across the country.